Welcome to Anointis Journey, chosen ones. Have you ever walked into a room, smiled at the people around you, and yet deep inside felt that something was off, like their words didn't quite match the energy in their eyes? Have you noticed how sometimes the people who stand the closest to you are the very ones your spirit quietly warns you about? That uneasy feeling you get is not paranoia, it is discernment. Because as a chosen one, you are never moving through life alone. You are carrying light, and that light attracts both the genuine and the false. God allows you to feel things others cannot see because He is constantly exposing the hidden enemies who try to surround you. Not everyone who claps for you is celebrating you. Not everyone who smiles is safe. And not everyone who says, "I'm with you," is truly for you. And though that may sound heavy, it is actually a gift, because exposure is God's way of protecting you from harm before it has a chance to reach you. You see, chosen ones carry destiny, and destiny draws both support and opposition. Some enemies are obvious. They mock you, slander you, or fight you openly. But the most dangerous are the ones who hide in plain sight, disguising themselves as friends, supporters, or even spiritual allies, while quietly plotting against you. God is lifting the veil on these enemies, not to make you fearful, but to sharpen your wisdom, to keep your spirit awake, to remind you that you cannot afford to walk blindly when you carry such a heavy assignment. And today, I want to speak about 8 hidden enemies that God is exposing around you, because once you recognize them, you will no longer be caught off guard, and you will understand why your discernment has been pressing so hard in certain situations. The first hidden enemy is the smiling betrayer. This one knows how to wear a mask. They laugh with you. They share in your victories. They may even call you family, but behind closed doors, their heart is filled with envy. They study you, not because they celebrate you, but because they long to find cracks where they can insert doubt or cause harm. You may sense their energy shift when good news comes your way. You notice the half-hearted congratulations, the subtle tone in their voice that doesn't quite match the words they speak. These betrayers are often people who have walked with you closely, which is why their betrayal cuts so deeply. Yet God allows the mask to slip little by little, until you cannot ignore it anymore. Do not be deceived by the smile. They are not rejoicing with you. They are competing with you. And God is exposing them so you can release what you thought was loyalty, but was only a shadow. The second hidden enemy is the silent watcher. These are the ones who don't make much noise but are always observing. They monitor your every move, not to celebrate or learn, but to wait for your weakness. They sit quietly on the sidelines, storing up information, ready to use it when the moment comes. Sometimes they don't even interact directly with you, but you feel their eyes on you, studying, analyzing, trying to decode your path. God reveals them through your intuition, the strange heaviness when they linger near, the awareness that someone is keeping track of details they don't need to know. Silent watchers pretend to be neutral, but their motives are rarely pure. They are hoping to catch something they can use against you, yet God is exposing them by making you more sensitive to their presence. The third hidden enemy is the drainer. You know them because after every interaction, you feel exhausted. They are always in need, always pulling from you, but never giving in return. They show up in your life disguised as friends who just need a little help, but the truth is, they are spiritual parasites, feeding on your light, your energy, your resources, and leaving you empty. You may notice that when you are around them, your clarity fades, your peace feels disturbed, and your joy feels dimmed. That is because their spirit is not aligned with yours, and they are draining you without ever pouring back. God is exposing them now, because as you step into deeper assignments, you cannot afford to carry dead weight. You are called to pour, yes, but not to be emptied by those who have no intention of ever being filled themselves. The fourth hidden enemy is the manipulator. This one is subtle but dangerous. They know how to twist words, how to shift situations to their advantage, how to plant seeds of guilt or confusion in your mind. Manipulators rarely come outright against you. They cloak their control in concern, in advice, in what looks like friendship, but their goal is always to bend you toward their will instead of God's. They may say things like, "I'm only trying to help you," while secretly trying to make you doubt your own discernment. They feed on your compassion because chosen ones are naturally forgiving and open-hearted, but God is exposing them by highlighting the contradictions in their words, by pulling back the veil so you can see how often you feel smaller, weaker, or less certain after speaking with them. When someone's presence consistently clouds your clarity, that is not friendship, it is manipulation, and God is pulling that enemy into the light. The fifth hidden enemy God is exposing is the pretend supporter. These are the ones who seem to cheer for you in public, but in secret, they are undermining you, speaking words of doubt, planting negativity, and sometimes even mocking you when you are not around. They are loud when the crowd is watching, clapping and smiling, but when the lights go off, their true heart is revealed. They never actually want to see you rise higher than them, and so their support only lasts as long as you are not surpassing them. You may notice that when you share your deepest dreams, they dismiss them, or when you step into new levels, they become strangely distant. God is removing the veil from these kinds of people because their false loyalty can trap chosen ones in cycles of disappointment. The sixth hidden enemy is the discourager. This enemy is more dangerous than they appear because they do not fight you with weapons of slander, but with words of doubt. They speak into your life just enough to weaken your confidence, constantly questioning whether you are really hearing God, whether you are truly capable, whether your dreams are realistic. They may not even sound cruel. They often disguise themselves as voices of reason, but every time you walk away from them, you feel smaller. You feel your fire dimming. You feel hesitation rising where there once was faith. This is a strategy of the enemy, because discouragement kills more callings than failure ever could. God is exposing these voices in your life so that you will recognize them for what they are and refuse to let their words have power over your destiny. The seventh hidden enemy is the imitator. These are the ones who watch your every move, not because they want to honor your path, but because they want to copy it. They mimic your style, your ideas, your words, sometimes even your spiritual posture, but what they cannot imitate is your oil, the anointing that comes only from God. The imitator hopes that by duplicating your external actions, they can achieve the same results. But chosen one, your path was not built by appearance. It was built by fire, by trials, by nights of prayer, by sacrifices only you and God know about. And so when imitators arise, you will feel the irritation of seeing your light mirrored in counterfeit form, but do not let it shake you. God exposes them so you will not waste your energy defending what is already sealed. Your uniqueness cannot be stolen, because what you carry was forged in places others cannot access. The eighth hidden enemy is the hidden opposer. This one is perhaps the most dangerous because they move in secrecy. They smile to your face, speak kindly, and act like allies, but in their private moments, their spirit resents your calling. Some of them even pray against your breakthrough, not always consciously, but with hearts that envy and spirits that resist. They cannot stand the way God's hand rests on you, and so they pretend friendship while secretly hoping you stumble. God is exposing them now, bringing to light what has been spoken in the dark, allowing your spirit to feel uneasy when they are near, because their alignment cannot go where God is taking you. Chosen one, these 8 enemies are being uncovered, not so that you will walk in fear, but so that you will walk in wisdom. God does not reveal to intimidate. He reveals to protect. Every time you felt your spirit tighten around someone who seemed kind but left you uneasy, that was heaven's warning system. Every time you walked away from a conversation and felt your peace disturbed, that was God whispering that the alignment was not right. And though it may hurt to let some people go, though it may sting to realize not everyone around you is truly for you, remember this: removal is protection, exposure is mercy, and discernment is a gift. The reason God is exposing these hidden enemies is because where He is leading you requires clarity, requires purity, requires that only those with genuine hearts walk beside you. Do not grieve over what He takes away, because for every hidden enemy removed, He is preparing loyal hearts to rise up in their place. And never forget this truth: the presence of enemies is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of calling. If you carried nothing worth attacking, the enemy would leave you alone. The very fact that hidden enemies surround you is proof that your destiny is too heavy for the enemy to ignore. But you are not walking unprotected. The same God who reveals the hidden enemies is the same God who fights for you, shields you, and ensures that no weapon formed against you will prosper. So hold your head high, chosen one. Do not be shaken by the exposure, but be strengthened by it. God is showing you who is who, so you can move forward without fear, without confusion, without unnecessary burdens. Walk boldly, because heaven walks with you. Your enemies may hide, but your God does not. He goes before you, He surrounds you, and He will never allow what is hidden in the dark to remain there forever. The light in you is too strong to be deceived, and the hand upon you is too mighty to be overthrown. This is why God is exposing the hidden enemies around you, not to frighten you, but to remind you that you are chosen, you are guarded, and you will overcome.